Hey, everybody. This is Mike Fieldson over at Ombra. Today, I'm coming to you to talk about businesses and kind of what's going on in small business and what we're specifically looking to do here. Happy early Thanksgiving to everybody that is joining us. But today, I want to talk directly to business owners, ideally companies that are doing about $3 to $5 million in annual business, 15% profit, that are looking to move on to the next phase of their life. And so right now, Ombra is looking to acquire other small businesses. We're looking to build a portfolio of companies. And a lot of the reasons why we're having these conversations, there's a lot of business owners are out there. They're doing a lot of different things. They're wearing 5 different hats. They're doing HR, maybe they're doing security, they're doing sales, marketing, plus doing the operations. And so we're having a couple conversations right now with companies. Maybe they're getting older in their lives and they want to retire and they want to do something different and they're not quite sure what to do with their business, something they put all their hard work and blood and sweat and tears into. And so those are the people we'd like to talk to. 2026 is going to be a big year. There's going to be a lot of potential tax changes that are coming up that we're keeping an eye on. I am not an accountant. I'm an engineer. So we're working with qualified professionals, attorneys, and things like that. But really, there's a few things that are changing. Possible conclusion of QSBS, and I'll talk about what QSBS is. Something I recently learned. Uncertainty with rates, and really just a whole lot of changes. The qualified opportunity zones are going to be redrawn. One of the things that I learned recently is that a qualified opportunity zone really is, and for those who aren't familiar with qualified opportunity zones, it's a special tax designation area where if you hold the asset that you invest in for long enough, a 10-year period, then it's 100% tax-free if you invest capital appreciation or capital gains in there. So those boundaries are being redrawn right now. So in the city of Tampa, there's an area down in Water Street. Apparently, that was a qualified opportunity zone, and governors typically would draw those out. And now what's happening in the future is it's all going to be based on data. So big opportunity there, changing. QSBS, the qualified small business stock, also something we learned about recently. That's changing right now. What that'll allow you to do is if you're doing research development type of things, you basically get tax-free on the first $10 million that you from when you close. So when you exit your company, you'll get $10 million, and you can kind of break that up depending on the structure. And so we're talking a lot about structure right now. Ombra right now is a LLC taxed as an S corp. We'll move to a C corp next year because of all these changes, plus some massive growth that we are expecting to see. Another thing that's really valuable for small businesses, if you're taking advantage of R&D tax credits, we've taken advantage of those. The new big beautiful bill has allowed us to kind of take advantage of those again. We were taking advantage of those in 2021. Now we're going back and we're looking at 22, 23, and 24. But we'll have carryover losses associated with that. And so when you're looking at your 1040, whether you have some carryover losses, those are things that will make your business more valuable for companies that are going to try to acquire you. Also, if there's a step-up basis in ownership, moving from one business structure to the other structure, those are things to be considering. The reason why we're looking at companies right now, again, is we're trying to grow inorganically. And there's also a bunch of retiring small business owners in the next few years. A lot of baby boomers are going to be looking to exit the company that they created. These companies, just like us, you've created with your blood, sweat, and tears. And so now you're wondering, what do I do with these companies? And many of these companies are too small for a business broker to deal with. We've talked to a number of them. There's some companies that won't touch you unless you're $25 million in revenue, because there's the due diligence is going to cost too much. One of the attorneys we talked to cost $250,000 to do due diligence. And so you're not going to sell $1 million business if you have to go through that whole process. So we're interested in talking to all these types of folks. One of the companies, they want to safeguard the team that they have available. They don't want their employees to lose their jobs, but they're kind of stuck between, do I have to run this company forever? How do I enjoy the rest of my life? And so if your company is doing $3 to $5 million, you're doing 15% profit, you got great customers, we are very interested in talking to you. We can set up the deals depending on what you're looking for. There could be some sort of equity preservation. It could be a pure buyout. One of the companies, they don't want to pay the taxes on that immediately, so they'd like to have a structured plan over a number of years. And the reason why they're coming to us is they see that we have massive growth. We've doubled our facilities the last couple of years. We're involved in space, AI, biometrics is another big area where you'll hear me talking more and more about quantum. We're actually going on a road trip next week to talk about quantum, pulling quantum technology out of labs and actually applying that to defense applications. And so that's the reason why people are talking to us. We can also hold security clearances as well. So if you have some folks that applies to, there's interest in there. And then in some cases, you get to work on some of the interesting projects that we're working on. So please drop a note, comment in the post below, or make a post below and make some comments and send me any questions that you have. Happy to talk through. A lot of content that I'm talking about right now between all these tax advantages. These are the things that I'm thinking about all the time, and so I understand there's some complexity there. But if you have any comments or reshare this to somebody that you think would be interested in talking to Ombra about acquisition, we're excited. We think our hub zone approval will come early next month, so that's gonna help us really continue to grow. Thanks for the time. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and be safe out there.